Here we are at the dramatically designed Acropolis Museum, and it's 3 stories, in which the top story, can't see it so well here, a long rectangular is aligned with the Acropolis, which is to our right and up. That's the ticket line. Here you can see some of the pebbled floor surface sometimes used, and almost a mosaic, except that it doesn't have any apparent picture design element to it, and probably done at different time periods. As you can see, there's a pebble surface mixed with what looks like a mosaic surface. And of course this reflects probably several centuries of evolutionary growth, if you will. Interesting to know what this is. Almost looks like it's conical. May have been a cistern. Here's some more of the ruins over which this building is built. So in typical Greek fashion, not to mention the Greeks, other museums do the same bit of disorganized hypocrisy. And this part you can photograph. I can't photograph behind me. I can't photograph over there. I said to the guard, there are no, how would anybody know? He said, you don't. I said, there are no signs. No, why not? He says, that's why we're here. So you find out when you start taking photographs, and you shouldn't. Found buried near the theater of Dionysus. And it's a magic sphere, it's called. Tested it in the Dionysus Theater, which hosted duels and other similar contests. Magic was considered to be a possible device to be used, and this was something apparently was theoretically could influence by magic the outcome of a duel. Supposedly a king of one of the nearby areas or someplace in Greece. But what I'm interested, notice the smile. It's not that smirky, curious smile. It's a really beautiful man. It seems to exhibit all of the admirable qualities of human intelligence, beauty, calm. Apparently the face of a priest. Don't know that. I mean, there'll be differences, like the band up there probably tells them that, but the beard is interesting. That's very Greek, apparently. Greek, I must probably have to say Greek at that time, whatever that time was. Some of those pedestals that we saw earlier on at the at the Archaeological Museum, pedestals for statues of athletes in that instance, and this may be the same, looks similar. The sense that you got was that what's portrayed here had something to do with the person whose statue was on top. Now this looks like a dual base. It is. It's 2 stones connected together, so presumably 2 statues also. It represents the man as the politician, maybe, and the man as the athlete. Notice these necklaces, of course, were used to, well, I assume they were for holding the statue in place, but it looks like somebody who stepped into very wet cement. What were found in the Agora were a great many decrees. It occurred to me that they tried to memorialize their decrees, give them substance by putting them in stone. We just create billions of electronic copies. A decree without the text reflecting some kind of success in an equestrian contest. Get a little example of what a decree was, some kind of graphic on top, hopefully alluding to the context or subject matter of the decree, and then the decree written below. I think that such decrees had icons within them that were very symbolic and told part of the story, like the man on the right's long staff, whatever the man on the left is holding onto, looks like something that's suspended from above. The tree, the shield leaning against the tree. A man holds maybe a wreath in his hand, his shield leaning against the wall. A man in the center placing a wreath on another man. But notice the people to the right are larger than that man, and one's a woman, perhaps Athena, or perhaps a border. I don't know what the architectural term for it would be, on the side of a top of a building, portraying some kind of probably mythological story. Man falling from his horse, or being falled from his horse. This is curious, perhaps even macabre. It appears that these are truly dismembered, not just by time. In particular, this skull at the top, and down here, this lower foot. So this is what the Propylaea actually looked like. And notice that that other building is not yet portrayed here, nor is that statue pedestal that was portrayed here. But this would have been the building of the arts over here. Forget what that right side was for. This is what it would have looked like from the inside of the Acropolis, looking back out. Get here.
Is this how it would have looked?
That's that other board, the one that's next to that.
This is where I walked down the stairs to get at it.
It's her olive tree in the water. That's all it's supposed to be. Here, a marshal whose cloak has fallen down that reveals his body has leaped in front of these stampeding horses in order to protect this group of men here. This depicts 4 hydras, some women apparently, carrying vessels filled with water. The woman to the right has, I guess it's a woman, has placed her vessel on the ground, preparing to lift it up again. Here, several youths shepherding sheep along.